Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to London for the grand finals of the first UK qualifying cup for the Halo World Championships 2016. My name is Wonderboy and joining me is Mr. Mark Onset Hatcher. Mark, we have a final on our hands coming up. We have Epsilon taking on Vibe, two of the teams we predicted to be in the final. How are you, first of all? How are things? It's been a long old slog tonight, but how's things going?
Yeah, really good. The final's going to be fantastic. We've got two of the standout teams so far in the tournament. Obviously, they got to the final. Epsilon.Halo, so far, look like the strongest team. The new Vibe team coming through, finding themselves in the final as well. And I think we'll see a really competitive game here. And I'm not quite sure who to pick, although you are still on the Vibe side. So I'm going to go with Epsilon.
Vibe life, baby. I told you before this tournament even started, I'm saying Vibe are going to win. Because who can doubt Mo's online?
That's true. Although he's in the UK.
He's in the UK now, so he's not untouchable. So it's going to be interesting to see how Epsilon can take on this new Vibe side. We have the final 8 bracket. So these are the teams who have procured a lot of points towards the Gfinity ladder. Don't forget, the top 16 teams from the ladder will be invited to the finals event later on in the new year. And just run us through the bracket here, Mark. I'm seeing Epsilon just not dropping a map all the way through.
Yeah, I mean, Epsilon seem to have smashed their way through to the bracket to this final. Epsilon taking down Infinity in the first round, the quarterfinal, 2-0. In the semi-finals, they took down Halo 3-0, and now they find themselves against Vibe in the final. Vibe's route through has been 2-0 against Rift, and then they beat the team last second 3-0, and now they find themselves in the grand final with it all to play for.
I think the big shock on that bracket right there, Mark, is quarterfinal number 2, Halo taking out Infused. Some big names on Infused, and a lot of scalps gained there from XL. So they have a solid win under their belt. Unfortunately, lost to Epsilon on stream last game. We did see Snipe Drone pick up that overkill and break out. That was a highlight play for sure.
It was unbelievable. He was in a 3v1 situation. Just as his teammate was taken down, it ended up getting 4 kills almost simultaneously, picking up the overkill, winning the round, and after that, Excel, they were so deflated as you would be, and Snipe Drone's got to be sitting at home at the moment, feeling pretty happy with himself.
Oh yeah, he's got to be, like you said, pretty happy with himself. He got an overkill on stream. What more could you want? I mean, in Breakout as well. That's pretty much unprecedented because there's a lot of questions about Breakout as a game type. Can it work competitively? We don't know that just yet, but we've just seen a massive play out of Snipe Drone in the last series. So
there's not many games you can win straight up with an overkill.
No.
You end a game with an overkill. I mean, it doesn't happen very often.
No,
so we were glad that we could bring that to you, and you were able to see it on stream.
So that's a highlight play. Highlight play from a highlight player. Let's talk about some of the players that we're going to be seeing in this matchup. Let's start with Epsilon. We just saw them on stream. The Buck Brothers, Snipe Drone and Jimbo. Who stands out for you so far this qualifying cup on that Epsilon team?
57's been playing really well again.
Yeah.
Consistent play from him. And Jimbo has also stepped up his game. He didn't have the greatest tournaments by his own admission at the weekend, but he's really stepped up here, and I think he'll be looking to continue with that.
Yeah, just very quickly on the Vibe side, of course, we saw them against Rift earlier on on the stream. Mo's and Respectful have got to be the standout players for Vibe.
Yeah, Mo's and Respectful, the duo, the online kids as they're known, but they are destroying today, and I think we're ready to have a quick look at the maps.
Absolutely. So the maps you're going to be seeing in this best of 5 grand final of the UK qualifying cup here at Gfinity. Game number 1, Strongholds on the Rig.
Yeah, Strongholds on the Rig. We haven't seen it yet today. It'd be interesting to see Epsilon are pretty strong on this map. It'll be interesting to see if Vibe can match them in the slaying department. If they can, there's always a chance that they can get control and they could take that game.
And then moving on to game number 2, Truth Team Slayer. We haven't, again, which is a new game type. We haven't seen Truth at all on stream so far this qualifying cup, so it's going to be good to see that. Game number 3, Empire Capture the Flag. That's again, it's going to be another slobber knocker of a game. And then game 4 and 5, if needed, will be Gambol, Breakouts, and Coliseum Team Slayer. We've already seen how intuitive Snipe Drone is on Breakout so far on stream. I'm hoping we see a repeat performance.
Yeah, I'm hoping this goes to a game 5, but Epsilon are so good on Truth. I mean, we saw that at the weekend. It will be interesting to see if Vibe can take that game.
Yeah.
I think it could be Vibe series. I mean, I keep swinging back on myself and my predictions, but if they can take that game, I think Vibe will really fancy themselves in this series.
Absolutely. Well, spectate button has just popped up, which is good stuff, which means we're only 1 minute away, which means it's prediction time. I want to get a player to watch for the whole series and a final score, please, Mark.
Player to watch.
Not one for each team. I'm talking a solid one player to watch. Player
Mose.
Mose. Okay.
I'm going with Mose purely because for those of you who don't know, he's flown over yesterday from Malta to the UK to compete. So join Vibe. We've got to give him some love. Such dedication to the cause.
Yep.
I mean, you've got to give him love. And if he performs, what a choice. What a decision.
And just very quickly, we have 20 seconds before we can click spectate. So why don't you give me a final score? Obviously, you're going for Epsilon because
3-2 Epsilon.
3-2 to Epsilon. I think that's pretty safe. Okay, I'm good. That's it, people. I'm clicking spectate. Oh, it's happened.
I can't pick Vibe. Just
Why not?
because you've
Vibe
had
life,
him the
though.
whole
Yeah,
tournament.
I told you, my boys Vibe. They're going to win this thing, man.
Well, you haven't been wrong yet.
We're
That's what's so frustrating.
We're not biased, by the way. We are completely unbiased here in Boost, so I will be as fairly impartial as possible during this game, but I will be bigging up every Vibe kill because I picked them to win the whole thing. Right, so we are loading up. Stronghold on the rig is about to get underway. We are going to start things off with your player to watch for the whole series, Mark. We're going to be kicking things off on the Vibe side with Mose. Let's find him. There he is, Fab E. Mose.
Now he's going to be looking to control the basement, finds that scatter shot. As we know, Mose loves these close-range Halo 5 weapons, and he plays so well. He's so good at using that, but Snipe Drone knew where Mose would be, takes him down with the railgun. As we hop on board with Fusion, trying to cap this nest area, as he finds Jimbo on the head glitch just above Engine. Good shots from Fusion, but he is made to back out of that nest, and it'll be interesting to see who gets the initial control. I believe it's Vibe who is getting the initial control, but a great push from Epsilon in the basement. They're going to hopefully regain that control of basement and nest.
Yeah, this could be total control early on from Epsilon as, oh no, I spoke too soon. Vibe were able to spawn at the BR base and capture that to prevent total control, but it's now currently Epsilon in scoring. They are up 6-3 early on in the game. Septic here, happy to buy this time, but Snipe Drone in the kill feed, I see with a railgun and a scatter shot. He's on an overkill right now. And Bike20 did steal it from him. I don't know if, even if Snipe Drone is still alive, I think Septic was actually able to take down Snipe Drone before he could get the overkill. Another perfect aim there from 57. Not quite the perfect kill, but the aim did the job. And the score currently at the moment, 15-3. Good lead from Epsilon, and that's currently rising to a substantial amount.
Yeah, great start here from Epsilon. As you said, Snipe Drone with the railgun and the scatter shot. I mean, it's so difficult to push a player with those two weapons. They're going to be able to, their kill times are going to be so minimal in comparison to the opposition. And Epsilon now 20-3, looking to hold down this nest and basement setup, which is, in my opinion, what you want to be looking to do on this map.
Yeah, you shouldn't really be too worried about the BR base because as long as you can pin the opposition over there. Good use of the thrust there from 57, but couldn't quite take down Septic. He will live to fight another day with his teammate Fusion. And like you said, Mark, like you highlighted, the basement and the nest are the two to control. Vibe currently in control of the BR base, but just getting picked off as they try and push across to the basement. A Septic goes down as well. Swap over to Jimbo as he is also dead. Let's see what Snipe Drone could do. Takes down Respectful. But it's going to be Mose on the Vibe side with the railgun.
It just seems at the moment like Vibe are sort of finding themselves pushing one by one, and it's easy. It's looking too easy for Epsilon at the moment. As I say, Mose picking up a quick kill here with a railgun, going to look to take down 57, sorry, and he's eventually taken out. But as you see, Epsilon just keep picking up these kills, these individual kills, picking them off one by one, using their teamwork, and it's now a 40-3 lead. Vibe just need to take their time a little bit more, get a little bit more control, pick up a few kills, and then look to push these nest and basement areas.
Yeah, I think you highlighted it perfectly right there, Mark. They're just pushing in one by one as we see Fusion there go down. Septic again pushing by himself. 57's taken down Mo, so that's 57 on a double. Watching the kill feed just to see if 57 can pick up the triple. He can. Let's see if he can finish off the overkill with the pulse grenade. Oh no, Snipe Drone's going to be the man to take down Respectful. But look at the lead. It's currently a 47-point gap, and it's growing. And check out Epsilon. They're not overextending to go for total control. They're happy to let Vibe have the BR base because they know as long as they have that base, they're going to be spawning over there, and they're going to push out one by one because it's at the moment very undisciplined here from Vibe. They seem to just be pushing by themselves and just dying.
Yeah, and 57 on a killing spree, picking up the railgun as well. I mean, he's played absolutely fantastic tonight. You really can't fault too many of his plays. And I feel the Vibe just showing here that they are a new team. That teamwork doesn't seem to be down. It don't seem to be quite in sync with each other. This 57 does a great job backing down, trying to take down Respectful as well, but he's eventually going to be cleaned up as we jump on board with Mose here, the newest player, the Maltese monster as he's known. And he's going to be looking to do something for this Vibe side. But he's taken down as well by Jimbo.
It's just perfect execution here from the Epsilon side. They're just letting Vibe have the BR base. But as long as Epsilon have the basement and the nest, they're more than happy to just take this scoring run and just run away with it. It's currently 72-3. And Vibe at the moment don't look at all like they're willing to push any kind of stronghold together. They just seem to be running out one by one and just can't get anything done. They're just getting shut down by Epsilon.
I don't really know what's going wrong here for the Vibe side. I don't know if it's the communication, if they're just being outshot or out-communicated, but it really is not working. As we see, caught off guard again, Septic, but Respectful comes up huge to help him out there, and hopefully they can get control here, and that looks like it could be full control for Vibe.
See, right now here is where Vibe can turn the game around. Yes, they are down by a substantial amount. That's 73 they're down by. But now the game's flipped. It's going to be a contest of whether they can hold the nest and the basement longer than Epsilon could. Right now, Septic happy to sit back and hold this angle, quelling the danger there from 57. Thought he might have just stuck Jimbo there, but Mose is the man to clean up Jimbo. Septic here happy to sit back and just anchor between this basement and this nest stronghold. And as long as he does that, Vibe will be in good stead to keep this scoring run going.
And Septic showing great discipline there. He's going to find Jimbo with a scatter shot, and Jimbo managed to get away. A huge kill there from Jimbo. You just got the feeling there if Septic would have taken him down, that would have been another run for the Vibe side, but it just seems like Epsilon got that breakthrough there, and they're going to be looking to take it down, but Respectful picks up a huge double kill there, and they are going to continue scoring.
57 is going to be the man. I like the fact that he did not go straight for the stronghold. Happy to flank the 2 Vibe players, and this is how you regain the nest. Get a player in there, get a player behind, and that's exactly what Epsilon have done. As Snipe Drone will help 57 take down Mose and Septic. Respectful will be the man to take down 57. Fusion's the man alive to stop Epsilon trying to take this nest, but they do actually quell the danger there from Snipe Drone in the end. So if Fusion can reset this stronghold, he has to take down Jimbo first. He does so and defends the nest successfully. So Vibe continues scoring. There's a comeback in the midst at the moment, Mark, and it seems to be Vibe on the beneficiary end of it.
Absolutely, and it just seems like the momentum has shifted here, but Epsilon pick up a couple of kills here. It's going to be down to Fusion, who we saw made that huge play a minute ago, takes down 20 in the nest, but now control has gone back to the Epsilon side, and as we know, that lead they established earlier in the game is going to make it so much more difficult for Vibe to come back. They just need to hold this for a small amount of time, and they will take the game.
Jimbo there is going to meet Septic, almost pulls out, excuse me, that was Fusion, no, it was Septic, I misspoke. He does not quite connect with the ground pound there. Snipe Drone's going to be the man to try and stop the danger here from Vibe in game number 1 of the Grand Finals, but Snipe Drone's turned on there from Respectful. Only one stronghold in possession of Vibe at the moment now, though, and Epsilon will close out game number 1, 100-37. So first blood goes to Epsilon, Mark.
Yeah, and it was a really dominant performance there from Epsilon. I mean, 100-37. We see here every single player on Epsilon double kills. Septic with only 5 kills for Vibe. That is not what we expect from Septic.
And no captures either, Mark.
And no captures. And I think you could just see from the amount of caps on that, the Vibe side of the board, the teamwork just wasn't there. And they're going to have to improve on that for the next map.
Absolutely. So, game number 1 goes to Epsilon. We saw it was a tale of 2 halves, really, that game. We saw Epsilon controlling the nest and the basement for the majority of the first half of the game. And then all of a sudden it switched, and Vibe were in control of the 2 most important strongholds on the map, but they couldn't make it last. Epsilon were the team to push forward and break the setup, and that means game number 1 goes in their favour, Mark.
Yeah, as I say, great play from Epsilon. I mean, they held down that setup so well. It was made a bit easier than it should have been by Vibe, the way they played. They were pushing in one by one. I don't know if they were getting a little bit desperate with that score, sort of running away a little bit. But eventually, when they took the time, they got control. As you say, it became a game of 2 halves. The second half of the game, we saw Vibe come back into it. They held the setup down, but it was one good push from Epsilon in the end. And they took the game. Simple as that.
And it kind of shows the difference between the 2 squads. Obviously, Vibe, quite a newly formed squad, kind of. They just flew in Mose from Malta. They stole him from Fab Esports.
Yep.
But Epsilon, been around for almost a year now, playing together. That just shows the commitment and consistency between the 2 teams. Epsilon happy to be patient, break the hold of Vibe, whereas Vibe were just took way too long to do so. So, Going into game number 2, Epsilon already 1-0 up. They took Stronghold on the rig, 100-37. Next up, Mark, is Truth Team Slayer, and we know how strong Epsilon are on this map.
Yeah, Epsilon are really strong on that map, but I also know that Mose always puts up a huge amount of kills on this map. He's, again, when I see maps with Storm Rifles on, Mose is the king of the Storm Rifle. So it'll be interesting to see if he can pick up enough kills in this game. Maybe that momentum can swing back to the Vibe side and they can tie up the series.
So we have about 45 seconds until we can click spectate. So just chill your beans. You'll only have to listen to us talk for a little while longer, okay? Just calm down. I know you're getting all antsy. Just shh. It'll be fine. I'm still saying Vibe are going to win this series. I've backed them from the start. I'm going to say my boys Vibe. They've got to win this one, and they'll win the next 2, and then we can all go home, and Vibe will be the champions. That's what I'm saying.
Well, you've got to stick with them, absolutely. I mean,
they've come this far.
They've played really well. As I say, they've played really well, but Epsilon just seem to be storming it at the moment. I mean, they controlled that game pretty much through its entirety, 100-37. I mean, it's a bit of a shutout, if I'm honest, from sort of Vibe. I was expecting Vibe to do more in that game.
Yeah,
but Epsilon just took control, and that was it. It was very simple for them.
Yeah.
And Vibe have got to come back now. They've really got to take this game if they want to progress in the series and take the final. This is a massive game for Vibe, so let's see how it plays out now.
All right, then, loading up game number 2. Epsilon 1-0 up in the series. Going into Slayer on Truth. Let's start off with Mose again, Mark. You highlighted him as the player to watch this series, and especially on this map. So let's find the man. He's going to be pushing Camo Tower early on. Early pressure here, though, from Jimbo top middle. They know how important it is to shut down Mose on this map, and that's exactly what Jimbo's done.
Indeed, Jimbo there taking down Mose. Absolutely fantastic shots from him top mid. And now he's pushing into the blue base, cleans up another kill on Septic, a 3-1 lead here for Epsilon, and a great start, exactly what they would have wanted to start this game, as Jimbo pushes across the carbine and looking to trap these spawners in the red base.
Yeah, good stuff from Jimbo. I see he's already got 2 of Epsilon's 3 kills, but Fusion will even up the game, 3-3. As slows down just momentarily as both teams just trying to find each other. 57 and Sniper Drones will put kills on the board there for Epsilon as Jimbo gets a bit adventurous, does jump out, realises his overextension though and decides to check himself quickly, but here comes the Epsilon push into this Vibe base, but Vibe seem to be quelling the danger. They are down by 1, however, at the moment, Mark.
Yeah, and they've just tied it up here, and it's 6-6. I think Epsilon just creeping out a lead there, 7-6. As Jimbo takes down Mose in the base, Jimbo now lifting up with that SMG, the close-range weapon, using that thrust, finds Fusion. Fusion takes him down, and it's interesting to see that Fusion is hitting those shots, and he's the kind of player, when he gets hot, it is difficult to stop him.
Neck and neck so far in the game. Vibe down 5-1, but I'll tell you what, perfect shots there from Septic. Will tie up the game 99. We'll take down 57. Minus sword laying around as well. Let's turn on player outlines for just a hot minute as he finds Jimbo there. Perfect prediction grenade there. Uses the pulse grenade to take down Jimbo, and that will give Vibe the lead. And I'll tell you what, the player seems to have left the game, so I don't know whether this will be a restart. But it seems to be 11-10 at the moment. Just getting word on our ear, a player has lagged out of the game. So it will be a full restart, I do believe, Mark. That was a shame. That was hot enough to be quite a good game.
Yeah, it looked like a really close game there. Neither team got more than a 2-kill lead at any point, I believe. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. But I don't know who quite lagged out there. Who did lag out?
I didn't see. It can't be Mose.
No,
because then Brandon would have gone as well.
Yeah, that's
Respectful
true. Plus, they never lag out.
No, come on. No. We know this. We did see on the Vibe side, Septic certainly hitting a few good shots before the game unfortunately had to be ended. We also saw Fusion putting some great shots down as well.
Yeah, and interesting to see. We called Mose as the player to watch at the start of that, but Jimbo was so aware of where he was going. As soon as he jumped top mid, he was looking P3 immediately for that player jumping up. So I don't know if that's something that you've seen Mose do before when they've been scrimming.
Maybe.
But great work from Jimbo there, and it shows that he's done his research and he knows exactly how these 5 players are going to play.
So just while we wait for players to get back into the game, then let's talk about yesterday's German qualifier. Fabi coming into it, where everyone's favourites, despite losing Mose.
Yeah.
And then in the final, they just fell apart. They seem to be missing that firepower out of Mose.
Yeah, and I think Mose is one of those players that a team can play around, or he plays around his team. He's kind of the, as you say, we use the term a lot, but he is the catalyst. Yeah. He makes things happen for his team, and when you take that out, at the last minute, it causes all the other players to sort of question what their roles are a little bit, because they can call stuff out. Mose will clean it up. And if you haven't got that player who's listening in your team, then you're going to find it difficult to sort of pick up the kills that you were previously in games, and everything seems to be a little bit more difficult than it previously was.
Yeah. Losing modes, man, it's a big thing, but Fabi's loss is Vibe's gain. I think we touched on this before. We talked about the team change Hurricane, obviously Blackjack leaving Vibe for Infused. Clearly didn't work out in Infused favour, because Infused just got absolutely trounced in the quarterfinals by XL.
I wonder if Max will be sitting at home with a smile on his face.
Big Daddy Riots, of course.
BDR will be sitting at home with a little smile on his face, or do you think he'll be a little bit upset?
I think if I was him, I'd be upset, because he did play quite consistently last weekend.
He played really well.
In my opinion, he was the second best player on Infused, so I was quite surprised when I found out that he had been dropped. Whether it was a commitment issue or whether there was something else going in within the team, we'll never know. But it was very much a surprise to me when I saw that Riots had been dropped.
I think the players with the biggest smiles on their faces from that will probably be Epsilon. They would have been sitting at home going, I'm quite happy to see this team change.
Yeah.
Let's set yourselves back a little bit.
Exactly.
And I can't help but think any team in the EU that doesn't have Riots on is weaker.
Yeah. And I tell you what, there's another free agent out there as well. I'm not sure whether he's still playing for Halo Champs, but obviously with the Barrage split, Barrage. Not Barrage. Vard is out in the cold. I mean, we were seeing such established players like Vard, Riots, and obviously Flames as well are now out in the cold. They're left without a dance partner on the dance floor, Mark.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see. It's almost like it's the end of the old guard and the start of the new guard, which we don't want to see.
We don't want to see that. Come on, guys.
I think we'll see Vard and Riots back.
I hope so.
I'd like to see them together. That's quite a scary duo, isn't it?
Yeah.
To think. So we're just here when we're having a little bit of a connection issue at the moment.
The player's coming back now, so you won't have to listen to us talk for too much longer. But me and Mark, we're the masters of the filler. If you watched us last weekend, you probably know this. Okay, we played rock paper scissors. We do all kinds of stuff. Hopefully, we won't have to resort to that, because players are slowly coming back into the game. No spectate button as of yet, though. So you're going to have to listen to us talk for a little while longer.
Yeah, and I can't help but think that Vibe, if this qualifier was to happen in a week's time, where would you see it going with Vibe and Epsilon?
Ooh.
I know that's it's a big question to ask.
It's a big question to ask.
Because obviously Vibe formed yesterday, essentially.
Well, I think it was a few days ago.
Well, he's only got over yesterday, didn't he? So.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They've only been playing together
I think
for a little bit.
the whole hurricane happened a couple of days ago with Fabi. It was only yesterday really we saw the infuse and the barrage changes and stuff. I still think I don't know. I think Vibe are the kind of team that I want to say wouldn't really improve with time, if that makes any sense. I think not so much they're as good now as they will ever be, but I just don't think time would be as great a factor for them as, for example, an Infused. Infused need time to gel. We all know their top players, like Blackjack, 2 Foxy, Ramirez and Chalky. We all know their names. We all know they're capable of good things.
Yeah.
But I think a team like Vibe wouldn't benefit as much as an Infused in terms of practice.
I've got one more question for you. This is a toughie.
Is it a key question?
What's going wrong on Infused? What's the problem with Infused? Why are these players we've seen perform for so many years now in the EU scene and in America?
Yeah.
What's gone wrong?
They can't adapt, bro. You got to
adapt.
Get your Spartan charge. Get your ground pound. Come on, embrace it. We've seen some miraculous things happen.
Yeah.
We've seen ground pounds from heaven happen.
See, I tend to agree with you. I think out of all of the EU teams,
Infused have not adapted to it.
Infused have been the least
willing to adapt.
Yeah, I think they're so set in their ways. They've played Halo in a certain way for so long.
Yeah.
Once things change, it's a big shock to them. It's the whole people don't like change.
No.
But the best players so far have been the ones who have been able to go, okay, this is new. How can I use this? How can I adapt my game? How can I use these new Spartan abilities? How can I use these new Clamber abilities?
Yeah.
How can I get around the map? How can I use these weapons, etc.?
How can I get from point A to point B faster to help out my team, and how will that impact the game?
Also, how can I enjoy the game still?
Exactly.
How can I use these things to keep my enjoyment in the game? Because that is such a big factor, which I think people forget. I mean, these guys play so much Halo.
Yeah, they play
so much Halo.
Ridiculous amounts.
That it is so important to keep it enjoyable. Yeah. I mean, even here we see Jimbo using the ground pounder. Yeah. Every time you hit one, he's got a little smile on his face.
His little
doing
smirk.
the little Jimbo dance.
He's doing the Jimbo dance.
And I think that is so important for Infused to go away and start enjoying the game.
All I can imagine now is just Jimbo with the check from last weekend, just doing his little check dance.
His little check dance, yeah.
The little Jimbo. One thing I will say, though, for Infused, for their sake, one thing going in their favour, definitely a silver lining, is 2Foxy.
Yeah.
He's been the man that has just been so consistent since Halo 2 Anniversary, and he's been really on point, especially last weekend. Unfortunately, we didn't get to spectate any of them during this stream, but last weekend especially, 2Foxy was just the
man.
Unstoppable force that he has been since the start of Halo 2 Anniversary. And I think a lot of people still quite overlook 2Foxy, despite the fact he's been an absolute powerhouse since the start of Halo 2 Anniversary, as I just said. I think Halo 5 is certainly Perry's game, and he's going to be a man to watch.
Now, the way that I see Perry, 2Foxy, is he, in my opinion, plays in the most American way.
Yeah,
he has the most American play style out of all of the EU players, in my opinion.
I agree.
I think he is so aggressive. He doesn't care if he dies if he's on the opponent's side of the map. That means nothing to him. He will push in. He is so aggressive. Whereas you see certain players in the EU just happier to sort of take the time, be a little bit more methodical, but that isn't the way that the top teams play.
No.
I mean, you watch teams like CLG, you watch EG.
Liquid.
If you have been unfortunate to match up against these teams in matchmaking,
it's not
you
fun.
will know you get annihilated.
It's
you
not
have
fun.
the worst time of your life. You will sit there, you will spawn, you will be killed. You don't get past halfway on the map.
Oh, spawn again, and I'm dead.
And it is simple as that. You cannot, if you are the best team in the world, you want to keep the opposition in their base on spawn the whole time. And the only way to do that is to be aggressive. Now, I think if 2Foxy can find that in his team at the moment, then he'll have some success. But the way that Infuse seem to be playing at the moment, it's just not working for them. And I really want to know why.
Yeah. It's something we'll have to dig up for not next week, the New Year's broadcast. Of course, don't forget, we are back with the next qualifying cup on January 3rd. So we'll be here. Good news, Mark. Spectate button has appeared, and it's time to click spectate. Are you excited?
Yeah, I want to see how this... I mean, we had a really close start to that last game. It's a shame that one of the players lagged out. But it started off really exciting. It was a very tense start. Everyone started hitting their shots. Nobody was really choking. Nobody was missing.
It was very aggressive.
So, yeah, let's see how this one plays out. I think it will be a hell of a game.
All right, then. Game number 2 is just about loading up. We're going to see Epsilon taking on Vibe in game number 2. Epsilon took game number 1. We're going to start things off with Mose again, because he pushed towards that top tower, and Jimbo was very quick to shut him down, Mark. So we're going to see if the same thing happens in this game. Starting things off on the Vibe side. Game number 2.
And now we see Mose. He's trying to help his teammates out to get that camo, looking down on it, using that bleed to see if he can pick someone else off. But Jimbo is taken down by Brandon Respectful, and now Mose pushing in with the Storm Rifle. Storm Rifle Mose picks up the camo. Can he stay alive? He gets away, and that is a huge start here for the Vibe side as they secure camo and a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, great stuff there from Mose, but Epsilon very quick to bounce back. It is now a 2-2 game, just as Mose is happy to trade there. He'll be quite disappointed that he met 2 Epsilon players there, as he could have made much better use of that camouflage. It is now a 4-3 game in favour of Vibe, as Jimbo here is trying to make something happen for his Epsilon team, but he goes down as well. Septic finds Snipe Drone. Everyone's going down right now, Mark. It's not looking great.
It just seems like everyone who has first shot at the moment is winning their battles, and that just shows the quality of Halo that we're seeing at the moment. As Fusion's pushing this top car, didn't quite see. I think that player, Respectful, took down Buck20, who was approaching him from his left, and now he's sort of. This is where you want Fusion on the map. If you've got a battle rifle, you are Fusion. You want to be in a power position on the map, just laying down shots, cleaning up kills for your team, and 8-8. Again, such a close start to this map.
Alright, so let's turn off player outlines as Epsilon jump into a 2-kill lead. Jimbo there, out shooting Fusion. Fusion had the rifle, but Jimbo had the perfect shots. Great 5-shot there from him. And now we swap over to him. Happy to outshoot a rifle, but now he's got a rifle of his own. Mose there, happy to jump through some tangerines. Not too sure about that one. But Septic will help Mose out as just kills across the board. Everyone I jump to is dying, but oh, Septic takes down Snipe Drone with a perfect, unbelievable stuff. How did Septic manage to do that, Mark? That was insane.
The first time we've seen a perfect on stream so far, so that's exactly what we want to see. Snipe Drone now going to push. They've got a bit of a lead here, Epsilon. You've got to be worried if you're a Vibe player right now, because that lead cannot get away from you. 4 kills now with C Fusion putting some shots on player in the carbine as he goes up into the attic, looking across at his teammates now, crouching in this attic, but spotted by an Epsilon player. Respectful taking down Buck20 off stream, and now this is a 3-kill lead. He's fine with 2 players coming in, and the sword comes in from 57. We have talked about 57's play, this event, and he has absolutely sliced Fusion in half there.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, every time we jump on board with Fusion, he has a rifle in his hands, but it's Mose this time for the Vibe side with a rifle as well. He's going to take on 50, that was 20. Did trade with him in the end there. So good stuff there from Mose, despite 20 having the jump on him as we swap over to Septic with the camouflage. Only down by 1. This game is neck and neck. 9 minutes 10 left on the clock, and Septic here. Let's turn on player outlines, see who he's got to find. A couple of Epsilon players there trying to push over to the Carbine Tower. Great shots there from Septic, and Fusion will combine with him to take down Jimbo now. Still just a 1-kill game. There's Storm Rifle here in the back pocket, and he'll go down. That snipe drone, that is, to the hands of Septic.
I love the way Septic played with that camo there. Didn't get over-aggressive, didn't think he was king of the world, as some players do, charging in. He took his time, he used it to his advantage, got the first shot on Jimbo, and now the Vibe side have cut that lead down just to 1 kill now, as he's looking across at the carbine and putting shots down. But 57 still has that sword, I think.
Could be right, yeah. I do believe 57 in the kill feed with the sword. The good thing about Vibe having control of that camouflage, though, is that they now dictate when it spawns. They will know exactly when it spawns, and keeping the time out of the hands of Jimbo will be a key factor to trying to get this Vibe squad back into this game, to be honest with you, Mark. They're down by 3 at the moment. And Septic and crew will be trying to keep that within a reasonable distance, ready for the next camouflage.
And as we saw there, Epsilon doing a great job, just always seem to be playing together, moving in twos, and Septic was caught on his own there. Don't know if his teammates didn't sort of help him out as much as they could, but great shots there from Respectful, taking down 57, who had that sword. It just seems to be stuck to Will Buck's arms at the moment, but Buck20 comes in, as we've seen so many times through the years, and cleans up Will's kill.
All right then, so now just a 2-kill game. As we said before, Vibe were the last team to control the camouflage. I love the crouch work here from Fusion, playing the radar. We'll take down Jimbo there in a game of fisticuffs, as Fusion comes out on top. Just a 1-kill game. Make that all tied up thanks to Respectful. Fusion here smells an Epsilon player on top of this Carbine Tower. Let's turn on player outlines. And Jimbo is aware that Fusion is not a man to be messed with. Will happily back up and just let Fusion have this Carbine Tower. But I tell you what, Fusion smells blood. He's going to want to take down Jimbo ASAP. Rocky, and there you go. Septic will help Fusion finish off Jimbo. And here is 57. As he is going to try and take down Mose. His team up 32-31 right now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see here. It just seems like Epsilon have always just had the lead in this game, but again, it's tied up 32-32. Be interesting to see if Vibe get the lead for the first time in this game, I believe, and if they can actually take advantage now. The first time they've had the lead, but again, Epsilon coming back with a kill, but now Vibe taking another kill lead. Respectful picking up the grenade kill off stream as we're on board with Jimbo, looking to take down Brandon Respectful in the P2 area, but he stays alive. Fusion's with him. Great play there, great teamwork, and he is taken down. It just seems to be going back and forth constantly.
I can't believe what I'm seeing, Mark. It's 35-35. This could go right down to the wire. This next camouflage is going to be absolutely vital. I'm not too sure who has it at the moment. Mose will go down to the hands of Snipe Drone. Let's stay on the point of view of 20 at the moment. We haven't seen too much of him so far this series. His team 1 kill up, around 6 minutes left in the game. Let's take an opportunity to look at the scoreboard real quick. Fusion on the Vibe side, despite being the rifle player, not having too much love at the moment. 1-kill game still though, Mark, 6 minutes left.
Yeah, and I think that both teams are looking to set up for this camo at the moment. As Fusion's caught, Pink 2 as Buck20 takes him down. And that Storm Rifle, again, we've talked about it so much, so powerful on this map. Close to medium range, it absolutely melts your shields. And Septic manages to stay alive. There takes a few shots, but 57 cleans him up. As Buck20 is just going to look to lock down this red base and put shots on the Epsilon members who are, sorry, not on the Epsilon members, not on his own team. They don't want to do that.
No,
on the Vibe players who are spawning on the car side of the map.
I tell you what, though, still a 1-kill game. We saw Epsilon there go up by 2. Now it's going to be Vibe taking the lead. This is unbelievable. Septic will take down 20. And there's still 5 minutes 17 left in this game. Septic there running out like a headless chicken though, top middle. That is going to be 57, I do believe, who takes him down. Snipe Drone will run into the base, but Mose, no love for him there, as Epsilon will go up by 1. 5 minutes left in the game. Starting to get to the business end of this game as Epsilon go up by 2. I'm not sure about this play from Snipe Drone there. I think he realised his over-aggression. Happy to bait Septic out on 57. Great communication there from the Epsilon side. Still only up by 1 though, Mark.
Yeah, indeed, and it just seemed that Epsilon picked up a few kills at such an important point there where it was tied up. And now Snipe Drone find himself alone in this base. He did a great job of baiting himself for 57, but he put shots on Respectful, who's moving to the carbine, but he did not see Septic behind him. Manages to stay alive. Septic now, no shields, but Respectful comes in. Great bait and switch there. It's 47. Respectful picking up another huge kill. A double kill here. 48 now for Vibe. Just 2 kills away from taking game number 2. And Respectful looks like the player that we need to be watching at the end of this game.
Oh my word, we have a game on our hands. Vibe only 2 kills away from taking game number 2. Respectful is very low. Only 1 kill the game now for
Vibe. Take it.
Vibe take game number 2, 50 to 48. Great stuff from Vibe. Bouncing back from game number 1. Wow, what a fantastic performance.
I mean, we said it was going to be a close game, but 50 to 48, and you've got to give massive credit there. Septic, 16 kills, 11 deaths, but Respectful at the end, 15 and 12, not a huge amount of assists, but at the end there, picked up a huge sort of double kill at the end and then pushed in. They managed to trap Epsilon under the base, finished off the kills, great aggression, and they'll be really, really pleased with that performance.
Fantastic stuff there as well from 57, 18 and 7. The final score from him, so he'll be disappointed his team couldn't eke out the win. Just goes again back to what we were saying, Mark. 57 really been a standout performer for Epsilon.
He's just been consistent the whole time on Halo 5 from what I've seen. Did notice one thing there on the Vibe side. Mo's 16 deaths is quite a lot in a Slayer. They'll be looking for him to play a little bit better in the next game, but they won't really mind if he dies 1,000 times if they win. It's really, I mean, I know you can't do it. Because otherwise, you know,
I reckon I could try.
Well, yeah, exactly. I try
you
my
haven't seen me
best
play
every
Warzone.
game.
You haven't seen me play Warzone yet, Mark.
Yeah, that's very true.
So just I can die 1,000 times and still win the game.
So who's your money on next?
Oh, I'm happy we're going to see a game 4 because that means we get to see breakout between these two teams, and that's going to be very
interesting. Yeah.
I call it. I'm saying Vibe is going to win this whole thing, man. I told you. I already know. It's already happened in my mind. I know Vibe have won, so. Don't worry about it.
Well, I think it's obvious to say it, but the next game is the swing game in the series.
Yes.
Vibe have taken a game off Epsilon now. They're a newly formed team, Vibe. They're taking a game off of the most established team in the EU.
Yeah.
They're going to think, right, we're here now. We can
do
compete.
This.
We can do this. We can take this series. If they win the next game, all of a sudden Epsilon start questioning themselves. Well, they start going, are we the best now?
Yeah, that's what I was
going to say. Are we the best team in Europe, or are Vibe now taking that crown off of us? Are we worried about it?
So let's take a look at game number 3 coming up, Mark. 1-1 the series. Empire captured the flag. You called it. It's going to be a swing game. It's going to be so tight knit, Mark. I don't even know who can possibly take this game.
I'll tell you who's going to win this game.
Vibe.
It's going to be the team who controls the overshield the best, because the overshield is so important on this map.
I think it's going to be the team that captures the most flags. Pro tips with Wonderboy.
That's how you win games. To capture the flag, you cap flags.
If you cap more flags than the enemy team, you will win the game 100% of the time.
Well, I think the overshield's so important on this map because it allows players to push into the base, pick up those few important kills, and then get the pull and either run it outside or tower side, depending on how these teams play. It's always interesting to see how they do it. But Mose is very, very good. And Jimbo, obviously, very good at timing overshields. He's a bit of a god at that sort of thing. But Mose and Respectful are very, very good at timing power weapons. Yeah. And Mose has a shotgun on this map.
Mose with any kind
of
weapon.
Mose with a shotgun.
Storm rifle, assault rifle, SMG, shotgun. You give it to him.
It's a scatter shot on this map, actually, isn't it? It's not the shotgun.
Oh, my
Apologies.
Jeez, I can't even believe it. I'm looking forward to the scrap for Overshield at the start of this game. Spectate button has appeared, so we'll be getting in the game in around a minute's time. This grand finals, man. We called it. We called it would be a
3-2. I want to see a game 5. I like that it's as close as it is. I like that we're seeing some great gameplay.
Yeah.
And that last game, 50 to 48. I mean, they were behind for the whole game.
Yeah.
And then they just eked out at the end. Huge plays from Respectful. So props to him, and he'll be looking to carry his squad in the next game.
Yeah. We touched on it a little earlier. Epsilon now must be kind of doubting themselves. We dropped a map to another European team. Before this kind of tournament, we were, the big boys of European Halo. All of a sudden, they realise other teams can hang. Surely that's got to play into the mindset of Vibe at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, Vibe are going to be feeling good.
Yeah.
Epsilon, I think one game you can kind of shake off. You can say, yeah, we didn't play very well. But 2 games, then the questions start being asked. You start looking around and going, ooh, you know, this might not be as easy as we were thinking it might
we were
be.
the best in Europe by a good while. Why are we losing games?
Exactly.
That's not meant to happen.
And Mose becomes a real competitor. He becomes a real player. Now he gets that respect from his peers, which is exactly what he'll want. And he'll prove that Vibe made the right decision in taking him.
All right, then. So game number 3 is about to get underway. We have Epsilon taking on Vibe for game number 3. It's going to be Empire. Capture the flag. Mark, I'm going to start things off with, you know what, let's start things off with Buck20. He's been kind of quiet so far this tournament, and he's going to be the man to try and get the overshield. There's Mose taking him down. Snipedrone will take down Respectful, and I do believe the overshield was burnt, and kill advantage is going to be in favour of Epsilon for now, as Snipedrone will take down yet another player. That's Fusion going down. And oh, wow. Slay's just coming in left, right, and centre here for Epsilon, and if you're Vibe, you've just got to be kind of rocked at the moment, Mark.
Yeah, 57 wants something to point out at the start of that game. Made a great play to just sneak behind the Vibe side, but Snipedrone picking up a double kill there, and he's going to be looking to push into this base, taking his time. Spots Mose on the flag. Mose trying to stay alive. Great play from Mose there, just to stay alive long enough for his teammate to respawn and get that kill. And now Septic's going to be looking to push back to his base to clear out these Epsilon players who are pushing aggressively.
Yeah, he does have this shotgun in his back pocket though. We know how dangerous this can be in Halo 5. Takes down one, finds Jimbo. Can't quite clean him up though, as again, it's 57 with a double. Mose will take down 57, but now he's chasing the flag carrier in Jimbo. Jimbo, aware of this, will turn around with the Storm Rifle, take down Mose, and it's pretty much all on Respectful and his teammate pushing down this right-hand side of the map. Respectful will go down. It's Fusion the last alive, I do believe, for Vibe, and that should be 1-0 on the board there for Epsilon.
And I can't believe what a great heads-up play from Jimbo. Baited that flag so well. Just took his time, knew he had the Storm Rifle, killed that player, and now they're going to continue that run. That is 1-0, and Snipedrone looking to put in a second flag here. Fantastic rally and teamwork from Epsilon. If they go up 2-0 here, that's going to be a bit of a shock to the system to Vibe, but they have managed to get that pull, and I think it's Septic who's going to be looking to make sure that he can keep this flag alive and prevent this flag cap, as Snipedrone is looking around him, but he's Fusion pushing into the base, huge kill from him, but there's still 2 Epsilon members there. They might get the return here as Septic pushes in again, stays alive. If he can stay alive and get this flag out, that is huge plays again, but 2 kills go for Epsilon.
Yeah, and Mose is going to be the man to try and push in as soon as Epsilon get the recovery, which I think the flag's actually being run right now. Mose is the man to push in with the Storm Rifle. Stopped, short medal for him. He's going to get the return. Great stuff there from Mose. He gets the goal line stand, and his team will have the flag as well as the overshield, surely? No, the flag elects not to stop for the overshield. Respectful is going to be the man to pick that up. Now he whips out the assault rifle, but oh, look, the overshield's all gone there from the pulse grenade. But that doesn't matter as Vibe put a flag on the board. We're all tied up, Mark, 1-1.
Great play there from Mose. I mean, he managed to get that return. He managed to get support his teammates as they pushed out. Respectful was able to time that overshield, pick it up at the perfect time as they were running that flag, and just became an absolute wall that Epsilon had to get through. He played it well, didn't give his life away. As Buck20 though, he's pushing into the Vibe base, picks up a perfect, manages to sneak this flag round, but a great flank from Fusion with the flag. But he's taken down as well, and this looks like it could be 2-0. Sorry, 2-1, apologies, to Epsilon.
As long as Mose has an opportunity to touch this flag, though, he will actually go down in the end, as Snipedrone will secure the recovery there for Epsilon, but still a lot of pressure from the Vibe side. 57's aware of the danger here from the tower. He's already getting shot in the back. He will decide to double back, elect to get his shields back. 2-1. His team lead. Don't forget, first to 3 captures. 57 there. We'll find Septic, already weak. We'll turn around, try and get a punch on Respectful, who is still alive, I do believe. And now we're on board with Jimbo. 8:30 left in the game. 2-1 to Epsilon. Very fast-paced here on Empire, Mark.
Yeah, and the shotgun now in the hands of Respectful. I just noticed there, Mose picking up another kill off stream, and we're going to stay on with Respectful here as he's looking to control the tower, but it just seems like, again, these objective game types just they're not quite getting in their groove yet, Vibe. If they can start organising a few pushes together, then I think they're going to have a little bit more luck in sort of pulling the objective. They seem to get a couple of kills, but then they start going in one by one for the actual objective. It just seems like if they can take their time a little bit more, maybe pick up a few kills in unicism, then they'll be more successful on the objective.
Absolutely. Respectful here is happy to cover Mose while he runs a flag, but Mose is stopped short of the halfway point. Perfect killing spree there for Respectful. He's still hunting Epsilon players, being a thorn in their side. Finds 20 here, but 20 with the AR. Takes down Respectful's shields. He knows overshield's up now. But, oh, it looks as if kills across the board there for Epsilon. And they're happy to return their flag.
Now we're on board with the most consistent player we've seen so far on Epsilon, 57. He has played so well, takes out Mose. He just seems to be in the right place at the right time at all times in this series. Jimbo now, he has the overshield and he's running the flag. Snipe Drone picks up a double kill and it just seems, again, look, 57 in the perfect place, sees those spawners putting shots down, and that is going to be game to Epsilon. You have to give massive props. We said, Jimbo, get that overshield. 57, putting down shots. Snipe Drone, cleaning them all up.
Yeah, perfect play there from Epsilon. They reassert their dominance in this series. They go up 2-1. Let's take a quick look at the scoreboard. 57, we touched on it before. Consistently amazing play for Epsilon. And he's the top fragger in the game. 18 kills for him.
18 kills for him and 3 flag cats for Jimbo. I mean, they just worked absolutely brilliantly together there. So, I mean, that's the game that will make Epsilon feel a little bit more confident. I know the last game they lost, it was a close game still. They were like, they can shake that off, but that's a fairly convincing win for me. 3-1 on a flag game, and it's going to be up to Vibe now to once again try and bring it back, and it's going to be Breakout.
It is Breakout, game number 4. Very much looking forward to that. But like you said, last game, it pretty much, we said before the game, it all hinges on the overshield control. It was kind of scrappy that game. We didn't really see a lot of overshield play between the two teams. Didn't really come into play too much. It was more just about solid, pure aggression between the two teams, and Epsilon were the team who could focus their fire on the Vibe players and came out with a win.
I'm going to totally disagree with you.
Really?
Yep. First flag cap, respectful. Picked up the overshield, Mose ran it in. Last flag cap, Jimbo had the overshield, ran it back with the overshield.
Okay, there's two.
So just two of the flag caps. I mean, we're totally
whatever,
dependent on overshield, but
nah,
apart from that, it's fine. So.
Shut up! I hate when you're right. That's
it's the first time we've been right today.
You just made me feel so silly in front of so many people, Mark. You promised you wouldn't do this.
It's alright. You've been making me feel like that all day by getting the predictions right.
Well, when Vibe win, I'll have the last laugh.
You will have the
They're
last
down
laugh.
2-1 in the series, guys, but believe Breakout is coming up next. We have seen Snipe Drone already have an overkill on this on Breakout so far. If it happens again, oh my word! I wouldn't want to be Vibe right now going up against the man who was able to solidify an overkill in a Breakout game in a 1 versus 3. It's going to be Gambol Breakout. Mark, how do you see this one going?
I see whoever gets the camo winning. It's as simple as that. When we've seen this game type played, the camo that spawns at the top of the highest point in the map, at the top of the tower, whoever controls that, they don't come up on radar, even though there isn't radar.
There is
there?
radar.
There's no radar on Breakout.
No radar on Breakout, Mark.
But you don't come up on people's screens because you are invisible.
You are invisible. Camouflage makes you invisible. Another top tip here from the G
All the pro tips. All the pro tips today.
All the pro tips.
But yeah, whoever secures that is going to have the opportunity to sneak around the map, pick up a kill on someone, sneak behind them, and then it's usually who controls that, who's managed to take, who's in control of the game and manages to take the rounds.
One thing we've seen so far, especially last weekend when we saw this game type, Mark, a lot of teams happy to send absolutely no players down the side of the map where there's no camouflage. They're happy to send 3 players towards camouflage, and then 1 player sits tower and either fights the other DMR player or tries to get the pick on the guy going for camouflage.
I mean, it just indicates how important it is. I mean, if you're willing to send the majority of a team towards a certain objective on the map, I mean, it just highlights the importance of it. Every round you pick up camo, you're going to win the game. I think you'll be very surprised if you see a team get camo and lose most of their rounds. I mean, it is so important, and that's exactly why they want to get control of it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Camouflage makes you invisible, guys. Just, I thought I'd let you know, in case you forget that, we're good here at Gfinity. We let you know about all the pro tips. Camouflage makes you invisible. Did you know
Can't
that?
argue with you.
Well, I mean, you know, I just wanted to let everyone know. But yeah, if I win this Breakout game, they tie up the series 2-2 going into game number 5, Mark. That is going to be it's the game type you want to win, because you know, especially if you win it 5-0 and you're winning like perfect rounds every single time.
Do you think that we'll see a game 5?
Yes.
You do.
And Vibe
you think Vibe are going to take it?
Vibe are going to win. I've already told you, man. Vibe have already won this tournament.
Well, I say that Epsilon are going to win this.
Well,
I think it's going to be Epsilon, just because they've been so good at Breakout so far.
Yes.
I mean, we've seen Snipe Drone. I mean, how can you bet against Snipe Drone? He picked up the overkill earlier. I mean, you can't bet against that guy.
Guess what, guys? Spectate button has just appeared. So we have just 1 more minute of us talking. Okay? Just, it'll be okay. We'll have some Halo in a minute. Okay? Just everyone calm down. I know how antsy they get, Mark.
This could be the last game.
It happens to me as well. When I'm in the chat and you know, commentators are just sat there talking instead of getting in the game. It's like, come on guys, I want to see some Halo. Trust me, we're like you. Spectator button has appeared. We have about 30 or so seconds before we can get into the game. Okay,
We
so
just need to let it catch up, buffer, so you get the best experience you can if you're watching.
Put some popcorn in the microwave for breakout and eat it while we commentate.
It's a good idea.
Pro tips from Wonderboy. And by the way, in case you forgot, camouflage makes you invisible.
Again, great tips from Wonderboy.
Again, I mean, I'm full of it, Mark.
I don't know why this guy doesn't still play.
Well, I mean, you know.
I mean, he knows everything about the game.
I know most things about the game. So I'm loading up the game right now. It's going to be a Vibe taking on Epsilon. If Vibe lose this, they are out in second place, and Epsilon will be the champs. But if Vibe win, we'll be going to a game 5. It's going to be juicy. So Breakout Gamble, Mark, is loading up as we speak. Where's your money?
As I said before, I think it's got to be Epsilon. They have been a team for longer. They're going to know their strats a little bit better, but you never know with new teams. Sometimes they come out with a little bit of fire in these sort of game times. Pick up a few rounds and, yeah, it could be interesting.
All right, then. So we are seeing Vibe send, again, 2 or 3 players towards this camouflage side of the map. We're going to start things off with Jimbo, as he's the man posted up towards this camouflage. Vibe are aware of this. Great focus fire from them, but still unable to take down Jimbo, and now he's in a favourable angle. Check out Mose on the flank with the shotgun, takes down Snipe Drone, the DMR player, and now it's going to be Jimbo with the camouflage, with 2 Vibe players to find in front of him. He's aware of the threat there from the flag. He's going to be respectful. That is a 2 versus 4 in favour of Vibe, but Jimbo will make that a 2 versus 2 with a double. But check out, respectful there, going for the objective. I don't know if that was the right play, and now it's Mose in a 1 versus 2. 1-8 left on the clock. Very tense times here for Mose and the Vibe side, as Epsilon are going to be the team.
1 minute left.
So run the flag back to their own base. Bait out Mose, perfectly executed there from Epsilon. They win round number 1.
And it looks like we were spot on there. Jimbo picked up the camo, and he just destroyed 2 players there. But interesting plays there. We saw Mose go for the shotgun, sneak straight around the map to Snipe Drone. He knew how important he was, took him out straight away, and that gave his team the advantage. But if they could just lock down that the camouflage, it'll be interesting to see how they play.
I see Jimbo on a flank. I gotta go. Jimbo's being aggressive. Check out this flank here from Jimbo, the young god of EU Halo. He's already taken down 1. Unlucky there not to get 2. And Buck 20 is going to be allowed to be aggressive here. Will take down Mose. About to take down Septic. Will he? No. Respectful, the DMR player there. Will come in for some assistance. Snipe Drone here. Free to grab the camouflage. Not sure if Vibe are too aware of that. Snipe Drone now could play this perfectly. Will take down Septic. Finds Respectful, but oh, Respectful with the thrust. Will take a round for Vibe. That is going to be 1-1 in the game, Mark.
I had a shake in my head when Snipe Drone got that camo. I thought it was all over, but Respectful decides to just shut him down. As simple as that. He just absolutely destroyed Snipe Drone. Snipe Drone had the DMR, but...
it was good play from Snipe Drone.
Yeah, he played it perfectly. He just missed it. You know, it's Respectful just played it better. As simple as that. Both players played that great, and yeah, 1-1.
Check out Mose once again, trying to flank the DMR player of Epsilon. That allows Fusion to get the pick on 20, and Mose with the shotgun will take down Jimbo. 57 will take down Mose. That leaves it a 3-on-2 in favour of Vibe. Respectful can stay alive, which it cannot. That means Fusion and Septic now in a 2 versus 2. Make that a 2-on-1. As Septic takes down 57. Leaves Snipe Drone the last man alive, and Fusion will clean up the round.
Great play, great win from Septic there. That was a really important kill. But I have a question for you, Harry.
Go on.
Does Mose spawn with a shotgun on this game?
I think he does. I think he must.
Because he's always got it. It's just unbelievable. Whenever you look at Mose's screen, he has a shotgun, and he's using it brilliantly.
Yeah, it's insane how aggressive he is with that thing. 3 camo stack here from Epsilon. As you see the player outlines on your screen. Let's turn those off and see what Fusion sees. So he's going to be the man to contest the camouflage. Jimbo's the man who grabs it. Respectful will clean up 57, which gives the man advantage to Vibe, but it is Epsilon who have the camouflage control, and that allows them to be aggressive. Trades across the board make it a 2-on-2. Let's turn on player outlines. As the 2 Epsilon players are challenging Septic here. Jimbo on your screen via the outlines was looking for Septic there, but Septic managed to get out of dodge. Mose is putting shots on across the map. Still not too sure if Vibe are aware of Jimbo with his camouflage. That could be vital to the game.
1 minute
If you see in your top left-hand corner of your screen, the camouflage timer is running out. So he will be sneaky no more. So he elects to grab the DMR. All slowed down here in game number 4 of this, the Grand Finals. Jimbo trying to sniff out a few Vibe players. But Mose and Septic playing this very, very slowly. Happy to let Epsilon make the first move. And this could pay off for them here. Sniper caught unawares. That'll make it a 2-on-1. With 30 seconds left right now, Jimbo just has to stay alive and he will tie the round for his team. But surely the aggression from Vibe, as Jimbo there sensed Mose come around the corner, but it was too late, Mark. 3-1 the game in terms of score for Vibe.
And Septic showing exceptional patience. He just waited in that corner. He just sat there for ages, didn't move. And you could see the way that Jimbo was moving around the map with Camo. They had no idea where the Vibe members were. And it's great play from them. Just made Jimbo make a move. His Camo run out. Again, a fantastic play because we know how important that is. And great play from Septic took him down. And then they've worked really well to take down the last player there.
I think Epsilon now must be aware of this thorn in their side that is Mose as he tries to run down the right-hand side of the map, but is now going to be a 4-on-2 in favour of Epsilon as 20 will take down Mose. Will find both Septic and Respectful. That is a perfect round there for Epsilon. Great way to get themselves back in the game, now only down 3-2.
And they seem to have woken up to the Mose factor here. There was 20, I believe, who just watched Mose walk across the map trying to take out Snipe Drone with a shotgun again. But he shut him down early and then allowed Epsilon to have control of the map and push up with numbers on the Camo, taking all the other players down.
Alright, let's swap over to Fusion and check out the aggression from Vibe this round. Fusion is just flying down the Camo side of the map for Vibe. Jimbo has done the exact same, tried to get on a flank. That's Respectful with 2 kills in the round, and Mose with the camouflage mark. This could be all she wrote in the round for Epsilon, as I do believe it's going to be, I don't even know who it was, in a 4 versus 1. And it's a perfect round with 3 match points now for Vibe.
A great play from Vibe there. Really it's really interesting to see both teams switching their games up, but it seems like Vibe is switching up and catching Epsilon off guard more often than not. I mean, they were so aggressive. I mean, Fusion just flew across the top of Camo there. Didn't worry about the nades. Just made all of the Epsilon players back up. Mose managed to lock down the Camo, and then that was game over. It was simple as that.
Well, Snipe Drone will open up this round for Epsilon, but not before Respectful will take down Jimbo, and Mose will take down 20 as well. Mose once again with the shotgun in hand. Keeping an eye on this camouflage. A couple of Vibe players, I do believe. Snipe Drone will take down Respectful, but Fusion happy to trade. It's now a 1-on-2, and Mose smells blood. 57, the last alive. He did pick up the camouflage there, though. Still trying to sniff out 57. We see on the player outlines Mose may not have just heard that, but it was 57, the man with the camouflage. And for some reason I can't swap to him, Mark. I would absolutely love to right now. That's Snipe Drone. Found him. Oh, I love the new spectator mode controls. Keep an eye on that camouflage timer in the top left-hand corner of your screen. That's how much time 57 has to play with. Finds Mose. That's a perfect 3-shot there from 57. His finals. Fusion here from a 1 versus 2. 57 could just well win this. His camouflage is running out. This will be the tell. Oh, 57 misses the first shotgun, but will make Epsilon go up 3-4. Excuse me, down 3-4. I do apologise. But great stuff there from 57, winning the 1 versus 2.
57 absolutely played that perfectly. He had the camo, and I'm very surprised they let him grab that camo. He actually grabbed it in a 2-on-1 situation, and he was able to take down Mose first, and then pick up the shotgun, take down Fusion. I think they'll be a little bit disappointed Vibe. They didn't stick together, because as soon as 57 started firing shots, you would hope that they'd realise where he was and push him together as quickly as they could to not let him get away with that camouflage and pick up the kills individually as they did.
Yeah, nervy times here for Vibe. They are still on map point. But it's going to be Epsilon in this round to come away with the camouflage. I do believe it's Buck 20. That will allow him to be a bit more sneaky. Jimbo will get the opening pick on Mose, leaving Vibe in a 2-on-4 as 20 takes down Respectful. Good trade though from Fusion. But Septic is the last man in a 1 versus 2. If he can take down 57 here, that will make things easier. Now a 1 versus 1 against Jimbo. Surely he will know flag is bait. Septic versus Jimbo. If Septic wins this, he will win his team the map. Happy to thrust out on Jimbo, but Jimbo wins that engagement, and oh my word, it is now 4-4.
It is sudden death.
Oh, Septic, he almost pulled off the unthinkable 1 versus 2.
Yeah, great play from Septic. Fantastic shots from him, but Jimbo just sort of doubled back on him, manages to hit his shots. I think Septic will be a little bit disappointed because the 2 previous kills seemed like the more difficult ones there. He had the height advantage on Jimbo, but yeah, great play from Jimbo. He clutched that round up, and it's 4-all now, I believe.
Absolutely, map point for both teams. Don't forget, if Epsilon win, they are the champions. Russian here from Jimbo. Mind games here from Epsilon. Again, stacking 3 towards this camouflage, but Septic will take down 20. 30 left in the round. Jimbo smells respectful. Jimbo will pick up the camouflage. That will make things easier for his team. He's shot in the back, though, by an Epsilon player. That was a teammate shooting Jimbo in the back. Not sure he won't be too happy about that. Finds 2 Vibe players. Oh, maybe could have done with a bit of trigger discipline there, but will take down Septic. Almost takes down Jimbo. Now a 2 versus 2. Remember this for map points. Mose once again with the shotgun. Smells 57. Check out the long-range shotgun. Whips out the pistol. And now it is going to be Snipe Drone in a 1 versus 2. Remember, if Vibe win this, they go to a game 5. If Snipe Drone can pull off this 1 versus 2 or stay alive, Epsilon will be the winners in the case of Snipe Drone killing both Vibe players. 30 seconds left in the round. Oh, that's a sloppy mistake there from Vibe, allowing Snipe Drone to take down Mose, and now it's respectful and Snipe Drone in a 1 versus 1. If you're both players here, I'm guessing you're just trying to stay alive, force another round, get all your teammates back on the map. That seems like what both players are happy to do at this point, as we try and swap over to respectful. 5 seconds left in the round. Both players happy to stay alive. So, still map points.
I mean, how close do you want it? I mean, tied up in that last game. Some huge plays. Snipe Drone, you thought, we've seen him already today. Clutch situations where he's down players. He was managed to take out 1, but you've got to respect both players there. Respectful and Snipe Drone just taking their time and thinking, I'm going to not try to win this, I'm going to just take my time, I'm going to get my teammate back, and let's try again for the next round.
So neither player willing to make a play there. Still map point for both teams. 57 the aggressor. Epsilon seem to be procuring more of the camouflages. It's 57 and Jimbo here, going to try and find some of the Vibe players. Let's turn off player outlines for the round. 57 smells Septic. Jimbo getting aggressive.
I think Jimbo has the camo here.
I think he must as he takes down Fusion. That's going to make things a 4-on-3 in favour of Epsilon. And surely Epsilon must be aware of Mode, who has been flanking for most of the game, but now it is a 4-on-1. Jimbo will go down to Septic, but Epsilon will win the map, and therefore they will win the tournament.
And congratulations to Epsilon. That was a huge performance there. Jimbo managed to pick up that camo, and he got 2 or 3 of the kills there, caused the distraction for the final kill. I don't think you can argue that Epsilon were the best team in the tournament, but a fantastic showing from Vibe. They've shown that maybe with a little bit more practice, they'll be coming back, and they'll definitely be give Epsilon a run for their money in the future.
I was wrong.
I won!
Epsilon
I got it right in the end.
Yeah, in the
I
end.
got something right in the end.
I was going to say,
I did pick 10 teams, but
yeah, you know, 1 out of 10. It's not bad.
Winner takes all.
Winner takes it all, exactly.
I won.
Good job, Mark. I'm not at all salty.
But most importantly, good job to Epsilon. Fantastic plays from them. And as we said, really deserved the series victory.
Yeah.
What have we learnt from the tournament, Harry?
Well, we know Infused certainly have a lot of work to do. They went out in the quarterfinals.
Yeah, they really do. I think all of the players on that team will be having a good long look at themselves. Absolutely. And I hope that they come back stronger.
Yeah. We've also learned that Excel are a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, big team changes, as we said. Barrage sort of disbanded, who some of the players were involved with, but they took down Infused, and they showed, as you say, force to be reckoned with for the future.
And we've learned that Epsilon still the kings of European Halos for now.
Yeah, Epsilon absolutely smashed the competition, but just managed to squeak out that last victory against Vibe. But Vibe are going to be pretty pleased with that performance, I think. I think they lost a player
Yep.
in the last couple of days. They picked up Mose. Mose has flown in. You don't know how tired Mose is.
No,
You
jet
know,
lag.
a lot of jet lag maybe. I know it's not a million
It's like-
miles
it's
away,
like
but it's an
hour or
excuse.
something, but still, it's an excuse, right?
Yeah, exactly. And they'll be pretty pleased, I think. I think that none of the players like losing, but
No.
I think they'll be pretty pleased with how that went.
All right, then. Shall we have a look at the final bracket?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's have a look at the final bracket. There you go. Your champions, Epsilon.Halo. They took down Vibe 3-1 in the final. You see there just the score that jumps off the board. That quarterfinal 2 Infused taken down by XL. Great stuff there from XL. But Epsilon only dropping one map, I do believe, the entire qualifying cup. So great stuff by them.
And the one map they dropped was 50-48. So it's not, it's not the end of the world for them. It was a very close game, and it was some huge plays from Respectful, which gave Vibe the win. But it just seemed a little bit easy for Epsilon, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
I think I'm a little bit disappointed in some of the other EU teams. I want to see more from you. If you're listening, if you're watching, I want to see a bit more. I want someone to challenge them. But Epsilon, congratulations to you. You have absolutely smashed the competition today, and you'll be taking those points.
Could it be you? Do you live in the UK? Do you have a team of 4? Sign up to Gfinity's ladder, and you could be playing in the next qualifying cup. Don't forget, Epsilon come out with 5,000 points towards that ladder.
Yeah, that is absolutely huge. And obviously, we'll be back on the 3rd of January, I believe, for the next group of qualifiers with another huge amount of points on offer to contribute towards the Halo World Championship, which is exactly what these teams will be looking to be involved with and getting as far as they can.
All right then, Mark, thank you so much for joining me. We will see you in the new year. From all of us here at Gfinity and the Halo World Championships 2016, we will see you on January 3rd.